Dogma's great.
Okay.
I love Dogma. That's a great
What about you? What are your favorites?
There's gonna be another one?
What about TV? No?
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
What about books? Frank's like, stop asking me questions.
So,
Sports.
non-cultured.
Oh, okay. I heard something on the news today about sports. Although I do like baseball, I just don't ask me like who plays on this team because I will just tell you I like the Nats because I like to go there for the general vibes. But I did hear there are great vibes. There's a president's race. It is the highlight of my day every time I go. I waited 3 years for Teddy Roosevelt to win the president's race in the middle of the fourth inning. And he finally did.
You get his Rough Rider.
Yeah, exactly. My favorite is that I learned that the best kept secret of the Nationals team is that the races are rigged in advance. And so that's why they do like spoofs where they will like trip other people and like beat them down and so anyways, fun fact. I heard about sports though, sport balls. That they had the All-Star game last night.
They did.
And it was super contentious because in the ninth inning on the last strike, they brought up AI for like a square where you have to pitch into or whatever, and the bottom of it was out of it, and it was super contentious apparently.
Well, if it touches any part of the box that's affected, it is a strike, according to,
But does it, so if it touches any part, it doesn't
any
have
part
to.
of the box is a strike.
Okay. And they were saying that they were talking about the increased use of AI in sports, and they were saying that, or not AI maybe, but technology, and they were saying in football it's much more common, but that the human error, it's a debate as to whether or not the human error is a fundamental element to
So
sports.
in 30 seconds,
You do?
30 seconds I've left, I'll tell you that the USFL attempted to use a chip in the football.
Oh.
And my most viewed tweet ever, thanks to Pat McAfee, was about the fact that kickers, because the way the chip was embedded inside the football, inside of it basically, leaning in, it caused problems with the ball for kickers because it was actually making it hard and also it didn't make the kick straight because the way it was actually inside of it. So all these people that wanted to put a chip in football have been sadly, affected by that. You would think that there's another way to do it, that you wouldn't have to go that route inside of it, but yeah. The chip in the football did not work at all. They had to basically switch out kicking balls that didn't have chips in it in the USFL.
Were they afraid they would get lost?
No, it's
Jen,
first down marks
I'm gonna
and
borrow
stuff like
this.
that.
So do they use GPS to figure out whether it's a
Well, yeah.
You have 5 minutes until your destination.
Google it, you'll see what they were trying to do, but because of the issues with the ball, they've gone back to that. And it's time to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance being led by Chris of you.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hey, I believe Trustee Baskin is raising his hand. Let's get him in here. Sorry about that, Ben. He's got to technically be on camera to qualify to vote, just so he's aware of that. That was the
Where I don't see the option for video.
Actually, if we hold on 1 second, we'll make you. If you go to his options there, Jen. No, go to his options on the right side. On the right side. And promote the panelists. There you go. You're joining in. Promote our panelists. There he is.
Thank you. I don't know why.
Okay. Let us begin with minutes. Can I get a motion that the minutes of the June 23rd, 2025 meeting be approved? Trustee Fandesa. Trustee Price Bush, discussion.
Yeah, just one comment at the end. It says I was questioning the consultant's participation, and that needs some clarification. Of course, I'm not questioning whether the consultant should be involved. The question was what deliverables would be expected based on the additional $10,000 that we've spent. And so it'd be helpful to have that actual question and the actual answer in there. And the same goes for the next statement regarding Carla's involvement. Obviously, she needs to be involved in the legal aspects, and I'm not questioning her involvement there. There's a whole conversation about that that is missing from the minutes. So I just wanted to make that statement.
Okay, it didn't sound like there's an amendment.
deliverables, I feel like, I don't recall specifically what the contention was about Carla.
I don't think he's even asking for an amendment, I think he just wanted to make that statement.
Oh,
Like, so
alright.
we'll just go with all in favor,
Alright.
opposed?
I'm gonna abstain from that again.
Great, that's fine. Motion carries. No presentations, public comment on agenda items. We're going to walk on an agenda item. We've gotten a quote through Sourcewell pricing for lights for Wiswall Park and also some street lights that need to be replaced. We've been working on this, but we didn't have Sourcewell or New York State contract pricing until today. We found somebody who did offer that. Just out of respect here, the park lighting will be 7 standards for $26,040 total, and street lighting, which are 14-foot poles, the other ones are 10 feet that are in the park. It'll be 3 for $11,850, totaling $37,890 for all those light standards.
I didn't look at the specs thoroughly, but do they have outlets?
They will have outlets that will be separated. The way that they put the line in the park, it's basically one wire for the lights, one wire inserts for the outlets, so that basically they're separated in the demand won't knock each other out basically. So yes. Public comment on that is available here too for the approval of that purchase. For agenda items, anybody in person or on Zoom like to give public comment? Seeing nothing, we shall move on. Consent agenda, there is none tonight, so let's go to the motions. I get a motion that the fire department be authorized to expend the amount of $2,510,000 for a 100-foot ladder truck, and authorizing the mayor to execute paperwork related to such purchase. The board acknowledges that the agreement related to this purchase includes a potential price escalation clause based on potential future inflation, and understands the price may increase based on this. Trustee Fandesa? Trustee Price Bush, discussion.
I would suggest that we get the contract with Milton signed sooner than later. Now that since we're committing to this purchase without a 5-year contract from them, and they're going to be helping to support this, so we wouldn't want that to fall through now that we're doing this.
Yes?
I have to agree with them, just to make sure we can pay for this when the time comes.
All in favor?
Aye. And I just want to let you know, it's very hard to hear. I can hear Frank, but not Mary and Sean very well.
We'll all go louder. Sorry about that. All in favor, with eyes around the board, I think.
Aye.
All
Aye.
opposed? Motion carries. Making a motion that the following be declared as surplus equipment. Number 1, 1995 Spartan pumper truck. Number 2, a 2013 Ford Explorer. And number 3, a 2003 International DT530 dump truck. This motion further authorizes the mayor to execute paperwork necessary to place these items for sale via Auctions International. Trustee Fandesa. Trustee Price Bush, discussion. Just actually finished auctions for some of the previous stuff that we had. We got a decent, I think around $10,000 what we cleared, give or take, on this stuff. So it's money.
Make money and get rid of it.
Exactly, exactly. Clear the lot, please. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Taking a motion that Eagle Mat League Fire Company Number 1 be authorized to expend the amount of $9,985.78 for turnout gear. Trustee Fandesa. Trustee Price Bush, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Can I have a motion that the resignation of Tyler Sherman as DPW mechanic be accepted effective July 25th, 2025?
I'll make the motion.
Trustee Fandesa, trustee Raymond, discussion.
Just wish him the best. Thank
Absolutely.
you for your service all these years.
This isn't unique to the village. It's incredibly hard to find qualified mechanics. The state had several open positions in our region, so they're a hot commodity.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Can I get a motion approving the purchase of 10 Your Speed signs from Traffic Logics for a total cost of $27,500 and authorizing the mayor to execute necessary paperwork related to the purchase. Note that the pricing is below Sourcewell pricing. Trustee Fandesa? Trustee Raymond will give it to you. Discussion?
I want to thank you for providing a list of locations for those signs so we know where they're going. And also, I do think it makes sense that this village is investing in those signs versus a whole bunch of stop signs. It's according to Trustee Raymond, who's a traffic engineer, that is a better model to pursue. So I'm glad we're doing this. And I guess you said we would crowdsource a couple of the signs, meaning you would ask the police chief where they should go, or what did that mean exactly?
He's going like on Facebook and saying, hey, where do you think you have the best need for this? We'll have to have a light, solar ability and a pole, obviously, in those locations, but see what folks have to say about where we might not know there's a real need for it, and that's how we start to learn about our own streets sometimes.
Right. And that's like for 2 or 3 signs, and then the rest, it sounds like you have places that you have
Right.
identified.
I think I
All right.
did 6 in that list.
These things have the data shop here?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, eventually, I know there was, proposed to, we are getting that grant study for the 25-mile-an-hour speed limit.
Great question, because I had gotten no paperwork on that, even though it was promised a couple weeks after we announced it. I actually reached out to Sandy yesterday, and she said that actually they had a staff turnover scenario. They're gonna be getting this out with their new staff member information the next few weeks to get that moving along. So they apologize for the delay on that. Yes.
When that eventually happens, they'll do speed data collection, and that'll be a great resource to figure out where these signs really do.
We'll open up the cloud to them, the cloud information that we get from those to help them out to maybe save some money for whoever they call. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Can I get a motion approving the purchase of 7 10-foot lighting fixtures and 3 14-foot lighting fixtures for a total of $37,890 from Graybar, and authorizing the mayor to execute the required paperwork after approval by the village attorney. Note that the pricing is Sourcewell pricing. Trustee Fandesa.
I'll second.
Trustee Price Bush. Discussion.
Remind me where these are going.
7 in Wiswell Park, 3 on the street to replace ones that we need to replace. We can't find parts anymore for the ones we have, so we're having to basically redraw these up and get new ones like this. Okay. All in favor?
And is it the park money, Woods Hollow money is going to pay for all of them, or just the ones in Wiswell Park?
Just the ones in Wiswell Park, because that's park money for that. And the other ones are probably going to be out of fund balance because we didn't put in for this, but these are necessary. While we're doing this, we're probably saving some money in the process of getting them all from one spot. So that's why it made most sense to do it now. All in favor?
Aye.
I think that is frozen.
Opposed?
And
We're going to have to take them as a no vote then because,
Can you just refer them out here? It's-
yeah,
Oh, it looks like he,
Get service now.
he realized probably or something.
I'm sure it's probably not.
I'm sure you're right. So for now, we'll go 401 and then we'll confirm with them allow them to change the scope, or, you know, they had a vote at that point. Give them a second here.
I'm sure the bandwidth is great.
Does it sound like a rural part of Camden?
Nova Scotia.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah.
Forever, hopefully it's cooler up there for 'em. Okay. Mayor's announcements, at this point, and we'll see if he comes back. Working with, well, not just LaBelle at this point, with respect to the, DPW building replacement. We're trying to shop around here to see if we can save that $4 to $4.5 million zone for, 13 to 14,000 square foot building, which is about a 15%, gain from what we have currently, but would be better situated with more garage space overall in that type of approach. Reached out to Delaware Engineering, who work on the cold storage building and DPW garage in Milton, and we are trying to put together a proposal to see if they can get us something working. They feel that we have the right ballpark amount. LaBella has unfortunately been a little bit on getting us the pricing that we need. So probably coming on the 28th, the meeting on the 28th, we're gonna probably have a proposal from Delaware Engineering to do some vetting and work on getting us something in that zone to begin hopefully early next year, get it out later this year and build it next year. So stay tuned for that. Just want to give you an update. I will continue to work on that. Just want to make sure we can stay in a reasonable price parameter in this. And so part of what Delaware will do is give a questionnaire approach to the DPW employees and make sure we've got all our bases covered and go to the drawing board to see what they can design and do at that point. So I'll be back to you on that soon. I attended the Park and Tree Board meeting last night because Jeff and Anthony from Studio A presented some ideas for Iron Spring Park and Kelly Park. First, Kelly Park, he's got some great ideas with respect to the playground and essentially replacing the equipment there to be safe and adequate for what the requirements are for playgrounds for safety reasons. Because technically the way it got built currently isn't compliant with fall zones and whatnot. So he's very attuned to what the requirements are, creating a little bit of a gazebo inside of that playground area for parents that want to sit in a shaded area, for instance. Moving the dog park adjacent to it so that you're not having to go all the way into the park to do it, but to make sure there's still safety between dog park and playground. Taking the current tot area on the other side of the pickleball courts, etc., and sprucing it up for younger kids, and also doing some pavilion renovations, creating a walkway in front of the, between the parking and the, let's say, the courts and all that other stuff. Also redefining the trail better alongside the creek and bringing it further toward this street officially. So some really great ideas on that. I've asked him to expedite on that with Caitlin Parwana's help in the Park and Tree Board to be able to put in for the New York State Parks grant that is coming due July 31st. Hopefully on the July 28th meeting, we'll have a proposal that we can sign off on for this grant with the pricing and everything. Part of it is for planning for that grant, so we don't have to have it exactly the way we want it. We'll have a concept basically to present to the state for what we'll do to spruce up playground and pavilion and a bunch of other things, trails. These are all things that are very conducive to this grant inside the language of it. And you can go for up to $675,000 in this grant. It is a part match grant, but it's not very clear at face value what the match is required to be or how. So we'll get that information too between now and the 28th. So Iron Spring Park, still a work in progress for Park and Tree Board to sort of review. Some nice ideas, maybe even stone seating area, sort of like an open area amphitheater type approach as you go up the hill, a little bit more accessibility for folks, but still having some grass area and everything else. A little bit more situated stuff in terms of where, a loading area would stop and maybe have some overlook to the creek, safer creek fencing, because that transition there needs some better safety than what's there right now. So some great things being tossed around, and also renovating the Iron Spring building, because that is in need of some TLC. So Park and Tree Board is going to really review that one before we sort of get that one moving forward and see what they like or what they want to change in that one. So we're working hard toward getting the other two parks. Loose Wall is a majority of the way done, we'll call it. Getting the other parks ready to go. Jeff Anthony did compliment us on the pickleball and basketball courts, saying that there's nothing we need to touch there. So at least we got part of Clay Park pretty much in place, and now it's working around it and getting the rest of it up to that park. Also, blue emergency call boxes for the trail would be a possibility as well in there for people that might have a problem deeper down the trail that you might not see. I think that is about it for me. Let me go to the treasurer's report. Got plenty of property taxes in fact, $1.9 million collected as of July 14th. Gross utilities tax of $17,093 and change to be received thus far. Pool fees have been received, $21,685. Water billing meter cards have been entered. Those that were received after June 30th have incurred a $50 no meter read fee. Utility bills will be calculated this week, and everybody should be getting their water bills and sewer bills by August 1st, 2025. Sales tax, June receipts were up 4% countywide. Obviously, that usually means a little bit less for us on a percentage growth basis. For the first 4 months of the year to date, they were up by 1.24% countywide. Probably means about flat line for us this year so far, and we'll see more information on that, especially as we get to the June, July racetrack stuff. That's usually about a few months delayed, so we'll see that probably in September, October start to come in. Bank reconciliations have been completed and emailed to the board trustees for the month of June 2025. God bless you, and liaison reports are in depth. Okay, we're coming to her last. We're gonna go to Mary.
There's a lot of summertime things going on. The ACC is hosting a summer boot camp at Saratoga State Park starting July 28th. It's a 6-week program of high-energy outdoor workouts for participants 17 and over. Classes are 1.5 hours long, twice a week on Mondays and Thursdays. They run from July 28th through September 4th from 11:30 to 1 p.m. The cost is $275 per student, and it's suitable for all fitness levels. Pickleball lessons are returning to the ACC on Friday, starting August 1st, 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. The cost is $75 per student. And the library is going crazy, putting everything back together, or it's all coming together. The evening adult book club will be starting August 14th at 6:30 at the library, which has been something that's been requested for a while. In Storytown at Kelly Park is being held on Thursdays at 10 a.m. for children 18 months to 5 years old. And this Thursday, you're going to be reading to the children? Oh, someone is going to be reading to the children. I wonder who. And residents are encouraged to complete the Ballston Public Library Community Survey on the library website, and it gives them insight as to what patrons enjoy most about the library and what programs, improvements, and changes they'd like to see.
Specifically in the library, I should have said this earlier, but thank you for reminding me. It will reopen tomorrow, Thursday. Things are not complete in terms of all the parking in the back. The kids area is probably going to need another day or two to be ready, but DPW worked with them today to rebuild the front of the house, we'll call it, where all the shelves are where they're supposed to be in the front, the IT stuff is where it's supposed to be. They push all shelving either in the back room where they'll reset it on Monday or downstairs, but we want to get it open on Thursday in some form or another. Kids' materials will still be available, just at a different location for now. They were working hard today when I went in to get everything set up and ready to go. There's going to be a lot of pardon our mess type stuff going on, but they are going to be open, and that's the most important thing tomorrow, 10 a.m. So welcome back to our library for sure. It will require closure later on, as I said, in October, most likely, or November, for the actual asbestos abatement to occur. That we were going to try to do this go around, but it's just so tough to get asbestos abatement workers during the school summer season because they're taking care of all the school buildings and don't need to work. It'll be a lot cheaper and more effective probably to do it in October or November, and it is a safe building. We had multiple tests done, everything is fine. I've gone in there multiple times, so I'm not going to ask anybody else to do anything I wouldn't do myself, and everything is fine in that building. So go enjoy the library, everybody, and we'll let you know when we have to close it again with plenty of advance notice. Do you want to go now, or?
I can,
Okay.
yeah. First off, so you're telling me I'm the attorney book.
Yes, you do. 3 months.
So late. For our business association, we have a new business that is in the village, Spoken Boutique by Ivy Rose. It's a really popular store that was in Saratoga Springs and has decided to move to Ballston Spa.
Sorry, Mayor Stafford.
Really excited about that. They're having a ribbon cutting on Friday, July 18th, so this week at 5:30. Their address is 89 Wilson Avenue. It's a clothing store and the women's clothing store. We're really excited that they're there. Just a side note, I saw that the one of the vacancies on Front Street is now filled. It's a locally made furniture store, so I'm excited when we kind of yes, thank you. Glad you remember the name. So I'll be excited when hopefully they have a ribbon cutting. So that's good news. You know, no one likes seeing their favorite stores go away, but you know, it's an opportunity to have different folks come in here and treat us with what their talents or skills are, and just kind of their own taste. So I'm excited about it. Okay, that's the 18th at 5:30. Regarding the Brownfield Opportunity Area Study, also known as Revitalize Ballston Spa, excuse me. We are moving the September meeting. There's conflict, so I'll have to let folks know when we finally can get that figured out. But one thing I did want to mention that we are doing beyond just the the regular stuff that we are looking at as part of the BOA study. Our grant allows us to have a kind of any like large signs or something, or even murals to be paid for through the grant. So what we are able to do, DC sign up, I'm pretty sure. So on Ricketts, the fencing, which no one likes to look at the fencing, we're going to be able to cover it with some sort of wrap. Don't know what the final concept is yet, but the graphic designers that are working with BOA and the committee, they're going to come up with some options. So
Somerville got to Nicole Hennings and the company at BC.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So they've already, I think, gotten measurements, but very least that'll just be more pleasant to look at as that continues to be mitigated. But going forward, I'll let folks know when the next meeting will be. But that's all I got now.
Ben, I kind of covered last night's Park and Tree Board meeting because I attended it in your absence. Anything else you want to add to that, or Committee on the Arts?
Well, Park and Tree, you covered, except they are meeting. Their next meeting's August 19th, so we should just mention that 7 p.m. at the Cornell Cooperative Extension, and they continue to work on identifying and planning to put in trees and shrubs in Wiswall. The Committee on the Arts, I'll just repeat again, they're having another sketch and print activity, which I've mentioned previously, Nature Inspired Creative Journey. It's August 24th, 31st, and September 7th. And you don't need any experience. Supplies are included. It does cost $60, and you should sign up through the Brookside website. And then Their next meeting is, well, they're having one tonight, and then August 6th at 7 p.m. at Brookside is the Committee on the Arts next meeting. That's it.
Okay. Sean?
DPW, they have a bunch of different things in the works. Working on the final street paving list, that's gonna be coming out soon. I'm sure that everybody's on the edge of their seat. But, germane to that, I did refer Scott's request to the resident engineer at DPW regarding that. So,
Yeah, I'll be talking to him because I'm not satisfied with some of the feedback I got. Paul and I will talk. And we'll have a discussion and I'll probably bring in some other folks on that next here.
Yeah, whatever, it's gonna take time, whatever.
I get it.
But,
We'll get there.
we'll, replace the catch basin on Bath Street. They tarred the roof on the DPW garage, and so far, that has kept the rain from coming inside and staying outside. And we have, put new water level markings in the pool for state requirements. They did locate some water mains at Bishop Street, Mill Street, and Hannah Street, because National Grid plans to replace gas mains. They had a sewer main repair on High Boulevard, and they're still working on the EPA mandates regarding the water connections to our water main from individual residences. And they're going, I guess it's a letter went out with the water bill.
We'll be going out with the water bill.
And commercial meter readings, they didn't continue with, and they painted the meeting room in the library, and removed some stuff. And as we spoke earlier, we had good success with auction of surplus items, so, got a little bit of money, and now we've got a lot more room. That's all good.
I like that.
That's all I have.
Thank you. No old business, no new business. Public comment on any issue. 3 minutes. Ben, did you want to vote yes on the signs for your speed signs? Or I'm sorry, the lights, excuse me, for Wiswall and for the street?
There was a motion I missed?
Yeah,
We didn't hear your answer. We just want to make sure you were yes.
All right, yeah. Yeah, you can put a yes for that. Yeah, my internet froze.
Yep. Got no problem. Okay, now public comment for any issue, 3 minutes. If you're on Zoom and want to speak, now would be the time to raise your hand. Anybody in the house want to speak?
Actually,
Okay.
can I do it from here or do I have to go up there?
Do it quickly if that's what you're trying to do. Okay, go.
Gina Morosi, 10 Old Glory Lane. I just want to reiterate that Family Fun Day is Sunday, August 17th. This year we're holding it at the Saratoga County Fairgrounds. And it's gonna be bigger and better than ever. I've got new vendors, new sponsors, a lot of new stuff going on. So please mark your calendars and pray for good weather. Thank you.
Thanks to you, the task force, for the work on that as always. Anybody else in the house? Anybody on Zoom? I don't see it, so we will move along to other business, including but not limited to board response and public comment.
I only have one thing I want to bring up, regarding zoning comments. I saw your email.
Yep.
Before, thank you. I'm hoping that the other board members who haven't yet will also.
No, I think I'm the last one in. To be honest with
You guys have already done it?
Yep.
Because I hadn't seen it.
Carla emailed it to everybody. It's a link because I did the online version of it.
Okay,
So
alright.
I'm gonna take another look at a couple things, but those are my initial sort of
Yeah, I
comments.
just want
Yeah.
people that.
Yeah. Carla sent it.
Carla sent something this afternoon with that for the first time we're seeing Bernadette's comments, and I guess we're still waiting on Frank's, but just this afternoon, Sean, Carla sent something.
Yeah, I saw Frank, but I didn't see Carlos.
Ben, Ben, do you have anything?
Well, the way that you know, we've I wish we could work better as a group because, we've been asking for the comments. I was a couple days late, but I tried to keep people informed of my status, and I did turn them in about 6 days ago. There are a lot of them, and there's been radio silence from Frank, you, and Bernadette since before the deadline. And we didn't know what's happening. We did not get anything back from you. We've asked 3 times until this afternoon. Finally, we're seeing something. The request several days ago, Bernadette, I don't know if you missed it, but we asked that comments be shared with the entire board when they're ready. And so not just Carla. So anyway, so we haven't seen Frank hasn't turned his in yet. I don't see how we're going to be prepared for the Monday meeting in terms of looking and analyzing and thinking about everyone's comments, given that we don't have everyone's comments even now, and I don't know when we will. Even if you turned in your comments on time and we saw them a week ago, this document's so long. I really think we will need more than one special meeting to deal with all the issues that still exist in the document. So I would suggest we anticipate that will be the case, especially with the late notice here with the comments. But if we ask where the comments are, just please tell us what your status is. We can be late, but it really felt like there was nothing happening on your end. So I'm glad to see you finally were able to send it.
Jump in. I apologize, Ben. I have been on 3 weeks of tremendously busy work time for myself that just relieved itself pretty much Monday. Yes, I wish I got stuff to you sooner. I got it to you today. My comments are less extensive than yours and Sean's, so they shouldn't take that long to review, although I will review a couple sections again, with just a different sort of lens to look at it, but it's not that tremendously arduous, my comments, so you should be able to review them fairly quickly. I should be able to review your comments and Sean's comments pretty quickly. I know you
Great.
guys have to work. But
And
do apologize, I have not been able to really get to emails. Just, it's been a horrendous. I mean, it's good stuff, but it's just been really
all
busy
right.
at work for me.
All right, thanks. And Frank, when did you say you're going to send us your comments?
Tomorrow, Ben.
Tomorrow? Okay.
We're right in the village around here, trying to get things taken care of on the fly in addition to this, but I'm actually paying special attention to the planning board and zoning board processes. Karen can vouch for some of her thoughts and concerns on that stuff. And I'm looking at it because I've attended enough meetings lately that I see things that probably need to do a little bit better along the way or standardize compared to other towns that I've witnessed. And so I want to make sure we got that stuff right as well. And so I'm a little slower process thanks to our conversation last week a little bit, just to make sure that we get it right. And so a little slower on those parts. Apologize, but you always tell me it's better to get it right than do it fast, but that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get it right at this point, and then get to the different phases. For those wondering, we do get comments or questions about the proper time to submit more comment toward this. There will be another session, another time for public comment coming up, public hearing essentially, and so those will still be considered at that point in time. Right now, it's just us trying to make sure we've got our own comments in and review in its entirety, and we'll be much more educated on it once we do that process or have done that process for when the comments come in. So hold off probably, I would say, to make sure your comments are actually part of the public hearing record at this point. I would say that's probably the wisest time to get it in to make sure that everything's being considered at the same time for the last phase of our review of this, hopefully in the next month or two. So just
Well, I'd be perfectly open to having a public comment period at our special meetings. We have not heard public comment based on the current draft or our comments on that draft. So that might be helpful to us to hear what people have to say. And of course, I think we're all open to people sending us their comments at any time, in addition to what you're saying, Frank, in terms of organizing them.
Right now, we need to get a new draft out based on what we're changing, and then ask everybody to review it and give comments. I think you can only go to the well so many times, ask people to read a 140-page document before they start getting tired and not giving you the feedback they're looking for.
Yeah.
I think we get through this edit and send it out in grand style one more time. Hey, everybody, please review it. It's public hearing, public comment time for everybody one more time, and that's that.
What do people think of this idea that in my mind at least, there's a great possibility that we'll need more time than we have at the first special meeting. We may need a second special meeting. Are people open to that? Because it is such a long document and there's a lot of comments. Sorry?
I mean, I have no problem meeting again if it looks like we can't, come to a consensus or there's still things we need ironing out, then, we schedule a meeting from there.
So let's get through hoop one first, and then we'll see where we go. Okay, Mary, anything in your end? Bring it up.
My most controversial comments, I don't want to certain type of piece of training.
Just one last thing. It continues to be very difficult to hear, even Bernadette, who has a singing voice. It's hard to hear everybody but Frank in general. So it used to be better, and something must have been switched somehow. But it isn't. This is a public record, and I'm sure I have my sound up all the way to the max, and I'm sure I'm not the only one having trouble hearing everyone but Frank. So I just ask that that be looked at and worked on a little bit. Thank you.
I just have a problem for tonight and say, can I get a motion that vouchers be audited and the meeting adjourned at 7:39 p.m.? Trustee Fandesa, Trustee Ream, discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries. Everybody have a good night.
You too.
Well, that doesn't have a long enough time, because I asked him about it. We're gonna be over there at Magic by next
Steve,
week.
you go that far out. So that's fair for
Will
that.
we be in there by the next week?
Maybe not, we'll see. I've got to find out. Look up what's down there too. So I'll let you know.